what's going on? Oh my god, I missed you guys so much. First and foremost, before we get into the video, I'm really sorry guys. I've been busy with life. My semester is coming down to the last. So I've been very busy with life doing that internship. I started a job now. It's been crazy, guys. I started the gym, and all in all in life, I've been tired, but that's not an excuse to give you guys good content, to give you guys the advice that you need. It's not an excuse. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Guys, it has been a month to date, apparently, that I've started my YouTube. So we're moving right along. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Hi guys, my name is Chevy. If you're new to this channel, I'm your dating life savior. And if you've been, looking at my videos, I have been saving your dating life. Today, guys, we're just gonna jump right into the video because I've already blabbered on enough. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a term that we use in therapy, that we use in my current practice a lot, and it's called safety planning. And honestly, I feel like it's so important in every single walk of life, but I feel like it's very important, especially when it comes to your first date, So like, here we go, guys. You've done everything. You've done the inner work. You know what I'm saying? You've healed, right? After healing, you have thought about, your intentions, you thought about your type, all that good kind of stuff. And now you're like, yo, I got asked out on my first date, or I am about to ask somebody out on a first date. And I want to be safe because we all know that, like, dating is fun. It could, there's funny stories. Sometimes it's success stories. Sometimes it's just a funny story. Sometimes it's a story of, oh my gosh, I kind of wasted my time. But we do know, and we've heard about on the news, guys, stories about people not making it back from their first dates. It is what it is. We live in a world whereby you cannot trust people to the fullest. And I'm not one of those people that's pushing like, oh my God, don't trust about. That's not what I'm saying, guys. But when you first meet people, you don't know them. You only know face value. You only know what they're showing you up front, guys. And I don't want you guys to all think that every person is you. I have friends, and I would say mostly like friends, because I feel like all my immediate family, I was kind of raised like this, so we're kind of all the same when it comes to that. But I especially have like friends and acquaintances whereby they're very, very trusting of people that even they've just met. And it's like the human nature, even the Bible talks about it. I'm gonna get a little Christian on y'all. We're like evil people. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the time, like, I'm not saying that there's not people inside their heart that's good. I like to think that I'm one of the good people. But in all honesty, guys, like, a lot of the times human beings abide by certain laws because there's laws in place and there's consequences for breaking them. There's consequences for doing bad things to people. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, we're going to talk about safety planning. So safety planning is a term that we use in my practice. I think I've told you guys a little bit about what kind of therapy that I do. I'm currently an intern, right? Almost done, one more month of this internship. But I'm currently an intern for sexual assault and domestic violence. I have been a counselor and a therapist, I would say, in sexual assault and domestic violence for like since 2014, but now I'm like doing an internship in it because I really do want this to be my focus and practice. But we have this term that we call, when we have our survivors having to go back to the same places as their abusers, as the perpetrators, we call it safety planning. And safety planning basically is it's what it sounds like. We make up a plan, like, say, not everything is cookie cutter, and that's why, like, I get annoyed when people have, like, especially being a survivor myself, I get annoyed when people are like, well, why doesn't he or she just leave them? If somebody was beating me up like that, I wouldn't. And it's like, it's not that easy. When you have kids involved, when you're married, when there's, the person is a stalker and they know your every move, they know who you hang out with, they know where your loved ones live, they know your life from top to bottom. Some people have to go back home to their sexual perpetrators because, that's just how the law mandates it. You have to safety plan. So it's a plan of action. If the person hurts you again, what are we going to do? What are you going to do if they hurt you again? What are you going to do if, you got to go back home to your husband, your wife, the individual who's hurting you. Let's list a few things that we could do to keep you safe. So when it happens again, there's a plan, there's a plan of action on what the steps are that needs to be done to keep you safe. Or it could be a prevention. Safety planning sometimes isn't always an intervention. Sometimes it's a prevention, So sometimes, hey, these are the things we're going to do to prevent the situation from happening again to you, And so I'm going to bring that into my YouTube with you guys, okay? We're going to go over safety planning. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what I personally do when I go on first dates, right? I can imagine people looking at this who actually either want to take me on a first date, or they've taken me on dates, and they're probably like, this is what she's been doing. Yep. And I do it every day, guys. Until the person is actually my boyfriend, I feel like this is something that I'll do every day, because you really don't know who you're hanging out with, right? And even afterwards. Anyway, I'm not going to blabber. The first thing I do, guys, is I'm sorry, to make sure I'm not wasting my time, to make sure I'm not wasting your time, to make sure I'm not going on a date with somebody who's weird or socially awkward, or somebody who's just not a vibe for me. We have to either do a FaceTime date or a phone call date. I'm so sorry. Actually, no, I'm not. I need to kind of get a gist of who you are. I've been on dates with people. Like, here's the deal, guys. I am past the point in my life whereby I'm dating for free food, right? I did that in like my earlier 20s, when I wanted to be a city girl, when I was lacking money back then. That's no longer who I am. That's no longer what I need to do either. Like, thank God I could take myself to nice places. I tell you guys this all the time. I love beautiful restaurants. I love fine dining. I love dining in general. I'm a foodie, but that kind of stuff doesn't impress me anymore. But I can't tell you guys how many times that I've been on dates, first dates with guys, and it's been so horrible. It's been boring. It's either very boring, it's painfully boring, or it's like creepy. Everything they're saying is like a sexual innuendo. It's like they don't look the same as the pictures, so they look so cute, so handsome in the pictures, and you meet them in person, it's like, so I have, I've been trying to avoid that by, we're going to FaceTime date or we're going to phone call date. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if the person is not that good looking, this is me, guys. Sometimes if the person is not that good looking in person, but the conversation is so amazing, like sometimes, you can look past the little things, unless they're like really, really, really unattractive. But sometimes, you can look past the little things, except, But really, guys, the first thing I do is I like to do a FaceTime date, or I like to do a phone call date, because I feel like it kind of gives you like, it's like the preview of the person, right? So I'm previewing this item, and I need to see if this is a good or bad item. After they pass that stage, the second thing that I do is, okay, so now the date is here, right? I get the information of the person. I have their name, I have their number, I have their Instagram, their social medias, and I give it to my family members. And my girlfriends and I, all my iPhone girls, we have a group text, and they all have my location indefinitely, so they know where I am. They know what restaurant I'm going to. I give the name of the restaurant. Hey guys, this is where I'm going. This is who I'm going to be with. This is the name and number. And I also have certain codes, guys. So I tell them, listen, guys, if I text you the number 5, call the police. It's not a mistake. It's not a drill. Call the police ASAP. Give them all the information. Make multiple calls if y'all need to. It's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? So I tell them, listen, guys, if I text y'all number 5, y'all know what to do. The second thing I text them is, I tell them is, listen, if you guys don't hear from me by 12 p.m. the following day, because usually, like, I'll put tea in my close friends about the day, or I'll text them right away, like, oh my God, I had such a great time, or oh my God, like, if y'all don't hear from me by 12 p.m. the next day, call the cops. Call the cops, let my parents know what happened, call the cops, because y'all know how I am, especially after dates. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I don't spill the tea that day, even if I get home late and I'm tired, I will text you guys and be like, hey guys, I'll spill the tea tomorrow, going to bed, Another thing that I like to do, guys, is when I get to the restaurant of itself, I really try my hardest to park in front, even if it's paid parking. And leading up to that, guys, I will take my own car. I know sometimes not everybody here has the luxury of that, but I'm telling you, sometimes it's better for you to either pay for an Uber or have maybe, have the person pay for an Uber or a Lyft or whatever the case is to get to the date, because you never know who you're getting in that car with, guys. I've been there. I've done that. I've gotten in the car with guys who were weirdos, who I knew that it was God looking down on me, because they just gave me like rape vibes, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They gave me creepy vibes, like they did. And I'm thinking of like a couple dates in particular. This is like foolishness I used to do when I was younger, going over people's houses. That's another thing, guys. Please don't go over to nobody's house until the third or fourth date. More so towards the fourth date, because don't go to nobody's house unless you're ready to do the do. We gotta be mature here, especially for my ladies. We know how men think for the most part. I'm not saying every guy, but we know how, I would say 7 out of 10 men think. If you're going to their house the first couple times, what do you think? We ain't Netflixing, I'll tell you that much. Ain't no Netflixing gonna be going on. So I want you guys to be smart with that too. But leading up to the restaurant, I take my own car. And if I absolutely don't have any transportation, my own car, can't borrow my parents' car, whatever the case is, I'll take a Lyft or an Uber. I've never had to do that though, guys. I've always driven myself. But you want to do that, and I try to get parking in front. And I'll pay for parking. And I know what you guys are thinking. Like, oh my God, I want to save the money. I'm not paying for parking. I'm not this. But guys, there have been cases. Think about even Ted Bundy, whereby the girl may walk to the back parking lot, the free parking lot. Oh, let me walk you to your car. Whack. They whack you right in the back of your head. Now what you gonna do? You woke up in a trunk, tied up. This is serious, guys. You don't know who you're hanging out with. You don't know who you're on a date with. You don't know. People are gonna only let you see what listen, y'all see me right here, right? Y'all might say to yourselves, oh, she looks sweet. She looks cool. Oh my God, smart, Y'all know who I really am. I could have done time for something crazy. In my mind right now, my mind could be telling me to do very bad things right now. Do not underestimate anybody. You need to be safe. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Because I don't care how big you are as a man. If I have something in my pocket that's going to bring you down to my level, what are you going to do? You got to be safe, guys. So I try to park in front. I'll pay for parking. I don't care. I'll pay the $10, $20. Listen, life is much more precious than gold. You can't get your life back. And even if you do keep it after the situation, the scars that you're going to be left with mentally and sometimes physically, is it worth it? I don't think so. Pay the money for parking. If there's parking in front of the restaurant, if there's valet parking, pay for it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Pay for it. Another thing is, once I get on the date, I don't leave nothing out for the person. Not no food, not no drinks. I will hold whatever I got to do. I will hold it in. I will hold it in on that date. If I got to pee, I will wait till after I'm done eating and drinking to go use the bathroom. People will put stuff. I can't tell you how many cases that I've had being, a sexual assault, like rape crisis counselor. We got to get dispatched to hospitals when things happen, right? I can't tell you how many cases I've had where the girl says, I went on a date and I don't remember what happened. And I only had one drink. I made sure I was drinking water all night. I had soda. I had juice. I had seltzer. How did this happen to me? How do I not remember what happened to me? Come on, guys. I get it. But then I don't get it. We have to be smarter with ourselves, guys. Whenever you hang out with people, I only get this one life. So, you know what I tell myself? When I talk to guys, I'm real gangsta by myself. They be like, oh my God, you this, you pat. Nope, I'm real gangsta by myself, because you're not going to care about me the way that I care about myself. Period. And honestly, guys, I can't really think of anything else except also having safety equipment on you, right? So say all those things fail, right? Say like there's no parking in front. The person is getting creepy and aggressive when you guys are walking. I don't know. I have safety equipment on me. So like there's this alarm thing that you put in your keychain that when you pull it, it makes a really loud noise, and it's like beep, beep. And that noise is so loud and obnoxious, and it gets the attention of people. So say like, because people don't realize like when trauma's happening to you, sometimes your body freezes up. So say your body freezes up, you can't get a yell out, you can't fight back, you pull that thing, beep, beep. There's people around you, they're gonna look. And you could be like, help me, help me, help me. You know what I'm saying? There's also, I think mace is illegal for civilians, but pepper spray we could have. You can go to Walmart and buy pepper spray, right? I wouldn't suggest weapons like tasers, knives, stuff like that, only because you don't want it turning back on you. Somehow it's kind of sad. Somehow when people like try to defend themselves against, you know, being hurt, depending on how they defended themselves, sometimes it could turn back onto you. I don't really know the laws, but I know that there are some sad cases whereby people have tried to defend themselves from like a perpetrator, and all of a sudden they're behind bars because maybe they may have used a knife or shot them or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? So I would try to go to the path of least resistance first and do those things. And then, of course, like if somebody's physically attacking you, you got to do what you got to do. Deal with the consequences later, but you got to do what you got to do. So that's it, guys. You know, like, subscribe, share. I promise you guys I will not go MIA again for that long. That was way too long. Regardless of what is going on in life, I promise you guys that I will really try to be in the loop with you guys and stay in touch with you guys and stuff like that. Okay. Bye.